was a boy about 3 or 4. I had a little brother that I adored. His name was Ken, a fine little lad, but the things I did to him were very bad. Bad, bad, very bad. Mad, mad, made my mother mad. Sad, sad, I felt sad, but glad he's alive. I'm glad. Story number 1 starts out with a knife. I almost took my brother's life. Put him on a stool and said, now stand real still. What happened next makes me ill. I started cutting under his chin. He just smiled and he took it all in. Nothing was a-happening, so I sighed. And suddenly the door opened real wide. My mother's face was white as a ghost. For a tiny little instant she completely froze. This was the thing she always dreaded. One of her sons was a B&B headed. She took the knife away from me and looked at Kenny carefully. No cuts or bruises she could see. And then she turned her wrath on me. Bad, bad, very bad. Mad, mad, made my mother mad. Sad, sad, I felt sad, but glad he's alive. I'm glad. See, knives have edges, usually 2. The sharp edge will the job quickly do, but I use the dull edge on my brother, much to the relief of my mother. Story number 2 is just as scary. My brother we almost had to bury. We were playing doctor and I had a prescription. Syrup for my cough was its description. Open wide, little brother, I said. I lifted the bottle up to his head. I tipped the bottle and started to pour. And who should appear at the door? You guessed it right, it was Mother dear. And the look on her face was one of fear. She turned into a nervous wreck. I poured cough syrup down Ken's neck. Bad, bad, very bad. Mad, mad, my mother was mad. Sad, sad, I felt sad. Glad he's alive. I'm glad. The reason he's alive today was the way I poured the syrup that day. See, I missed his mouth, nothing went in. I poured the syrup right down his chin. Down Ken's neck, the liquid ran. Wasn't really according to plan. Stickiest mess you ever did see, but he was still around to play with me. Story number 3 is quite a thriller. I could have been convicted as a killer. I'll never forget that awful day. The memory will never go away. We were playing outside. I was 5, he was 3, when suddenly an idea came to me. Pitch and catch, that's what we'll do. And so a hammer I picked up and threw. I threw it at Ken, hoping he'd catch it. I should have known he'd stand there and watch it. The hammer came down as it naturally would, struck him in the head, and out came the blood. He cried, and I yelled for mother. I had to save my baby brother. Twice before, I'd brought him close to death. Now I just stood and I held my breath. Well, he ended up having 8 to 10 stitches. There sure wouldn't be any more pitches, at least not with the hammer, I vowed. From now on, only balls would be allowed. Well, now you've heard my terrible stories. They're scary, they're frightening, and almost gory. I hope that you don't ever try anything that could make another person die. Syrup and hammers and butcher knives really can threaten people's lives. So play with safe things when you can, and you won't end up being bad. Bad, bad, you won't be bad. Mad, mad, she won't be mad. Sad, sad, you won't be sad. Glad, glad, yes, you'll be glad.